battle this morning. I think it is Wednesday too, middle of the week, 15th of January. And believe me, we have a legend in the house this morning. But first of all, let me do this. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, so very, very happy to have you, and believe me, absolutely elated because finally, we're catching up with our very, very good friend, and the last time I spoke to Dave personally in hand, literally, was about 13, 14 months ago over there in India. We're going to talk about Dave Evans, yes, the founder and first former lead singer of AC/DC. We're talking about Rabbit. He's coming this way. But I tell you what, let's get the show under rock. We'll never get too much rock and roll right here at Galaxy. Here's Dave Evans and Rabbit.
Oh, Charisse is tuned in.
Oh, Charisse is tuned in.
Yeah.
Oh, Charisse is tuned in. Here we go.
Hi, Johnny Young. Hi, Norman.
Barney is tuned in. Nice to have Barney on board as well. And Johnny Young, nice. Very, very cool. Damn it. What's the temperature over there, Dave?
Oh, it's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Last night I was sitting, as you probably saw that photograph,
Yep.
Manly. The sun was just, the moon was just coming up. I saw it rise out of the ocean. It was just rising in the sky. The waves coming in. The weather was, just that t-shirt on was absolutely fabulous. It's great to be back. Really, I've been on the harbour a few times. Went to Taronga Zoo again yesterday. Did all that, and it's just amazing.
Been rocking around on the ferry over there in Manly.
Yeah. On down the wharf down there. Went to dinner last night. Had Mexican, actually. Funnily enough. I live in Mexico, as you know, most of the time these days. And the Mexican food was absolutely fantastic here in Manly.
Very cool. The only thing I don't like about Manly, I've got to be honest with you, is their rugby league team.
Listen, I'm an eastern suburbs man myself, the Roosters. And I remember back in the 70s, Manly and Easts were absolutely, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm a Roosters.
And
there's a lot of New Zealanders, of course, in the team, as you know. Everywhere, really.
Yeah, we're like cockroaches. But I used to play for Canterbury Bulls, Canterbury Bankstown back in the day.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. That's why I don't like Manly.
Yeah, Canterbury Bankstown. Well, Canterbury was a great team. Of course, they won the premiership quite a few times too. So, I still, when I'm overseas, I always check out the rugby league every day, and Australian rules too. So I check them both out.
Awesome.
Every day.
Tell you what, let's go to the desk, right? That's the sound of Rabbit, of course, with lead singer Dave Evans, yes, formerly founder and lead singer, first lead singer of AC/DC as well, joining us this morning. Welcome back, David. It's good to see you.
No, it's great to be back, and great to see some fantastic friends like yourself and Barbara. It's great to be back on the show.
Well, something I've always said, and I was talking to a friend of mine the other day when I go round and have a few suds, in his man cave, and I let him know that I was going to be talking to you, and he says, I always thought he was prettier than Bon Scott, and I got to agree.
Look, the fans out there, they have their favourites. The three singers, myself, Bon Scott, and Brian Johnson. So I never worry about it. My fans love me. Bon Scott fans love him, and same with Brian. And some of the fans, the real AC/DC fans, they love all three singers, of course. So, and they're the proper, real AC/DC fans.
Yeah, believe me, I've survived all three of yous and I'm still looking for more. I really, really am. Got to say hi to Barney. Nice to have you back, Barney. It really, really is. And we must catch up sometime. Johnny Young's joining us. Anita from Awake. Hello, sweetheart. Of course, Female Artist of the Year 24-25 here at Galaxy. And believe me, absolutely elated. Now, Dave, I've got to let you know that Barbara handed me this book of yours. Normally I get maybe half a sheet if I'm lucky, but this time I get a book. It's absolutely riveting reading. It really, really is. But we're just going to put it to one side right now because we opened up the show with, we'll never get too much rock and roll. I got to agree. Tell me all about this track, please, bro.
Yeah, look, the album, I'm doing the album now. It's not finished yet. I put down all the vocals and most of the music's down. We're mixing it now. And the fans are going to love this album. It's really for the fans. Every song is a killer. There's no song that's a filler. And I'm excited about this album more than the other two albums that we put out. And we'll never get too much rock and roll. Well, that's us. We're still rocking. And we'll always rock because, you know, it's in your blood. And I always describe rock and roll. Well, this is not metal. This is rock and roll. Rock and roll is sexy and tough, okay? And the real rock and rollers, you go back to the 50s, those boys, the real rock and rollers, I'm one of them, even though I was only born in the 50s. But rock and roll was sexy and tough. You didn't mess with the rock and rollers. You get a knuckle sandwich, as we say, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And that's the real attitude of rock and roll. And this album, you know, is all about rock and rollers, our attitude, sexy and tough. Me and you know that, Barbara too.
Well, you know something, Dave, you've got me really, really excited. But talking about the album, do we have a name for it yet?
Yes, we do. I haven't said anything to anybody about it, but because you're very special to me, you two guys, I'll tell you the name of the album. It's the title track of the album. It's called Defenders of Rock.
You know, I'm absolutely loving it and looking forward to hearing the completed work. So really, really am. I hope you're going to send me a copy.
You got a scoop there, Grant.
Absolutely brilliant. And I really, really hope you're going to send me a hard copy with the signature on it.
Oh, of course.
Well, I tell you what, you might be able to do me one better. You might be able to bring that particular copy over to India and visit us over there. Give it to me personally.
I tell you what, that'd be amazing because, as you know, guys, India is something else. You know, I've been to just about every country in the world. I'm not just, you know, just blowing my trumpet. I have. I travel everywhere, all over. And India was just an experience like no other I've ever had anywhere. And we made great friends over there. Of course, we have great friends from Lazy Indie magazine, all those people and our friends. And I'd love to get back there, of course, especially with you two, with us, the little gang together. So, you know, I hope that can happen.
You know, I really, really would love that to happen as well. Don't forget, we took a ride on a bus, wrong side of the road, going to multitudes of people staying up late on a crazy street one night too, if you remember. That was rather amusing ride, I've got to be honest. But, you know, I've got to ask you, Dave, since you've been back in Australia, have you missed the mosquitoes in Mexico?
I tell you what, the worst mosquitoes I've ever seen are in Texas. They're giant things, and they don't. If you scat them, they'll stay. You got to kill them. They won't. Once they stick their beak into you, right? You got to kill them. They won't. You can scat all you like this. They stay there. I really enjoyed putting this song down in Sonora, in Mexico, and it was a great fun thing to do. And it's a fun song, so I'm glad you guys are playing it.
Oh, we really, really are. But more importantly, I was wondering why you would choose a song about their national bird.
I tell you what, in Australia, I grew up in North Queensland. I was eaten alive by the damn things up there. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I got to be honest with you. I woke up last night feeling a little itchy. I've been bitten by a few with leaving the windows open at home as well. So, without further ado, joining us live is Dave Evans, featuring Volvo this time. No me more or less mosquito. You're right here at Galaxy. I gave it my best shot.
Yeah, Grant, the worst mosquitoes ever in the world, the ones in Texas. They're big black things, and once they put their fangs into you, they won't leave. You've got to kill the damn things on you, you know.
Hit them with a tennis racket.
Yeah, exactly.
Love it, I love it, I love it. Oh, so did you do anything special for the festives? Did you go out and party, like make some money on a New Year's Eve? It used to be the big money night for me.
No, I had a quiet evening. I went to dinner with a couple of friends in the Blue Mountains, and I had the front seat there with the big windows overlooking the Jamison Valley, the beautiful Jamison Valley,
Mm-hmm.
and 5-star dining. I think it was about 9 courses or something like that, and it was just a beautiful, wonderful evening, and a safe evening as well, because you got to keep rocking, and no, it was just beautiful and a great, what do I say, introduction to the year. I believe I'm superstitious about New Year's Eve, always have been, and so it looks like I'm going to have a great year.
Very cool, very cool. I see Josh Bynes is joining us. Nice to have you back, Josh. Happy New Year to you and family. It's absolutely a pleasure to have you. Norman Borland is joining us, as well as CC Critter, and the mysterious 5 others. Got to watch out for that chappie. I tell you, you never know who that mysterious 5 others could be. Anyway.
You gotta love it.
I love the sound of the mosquito at the end of that as well.
The slap at the end. Whack.
Yeah.
Got that.
Got it! Done.
Yeah, that's right.
You're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and today we're talking to legend, absolute legend, and somebody I'm very, very proud to say is a friend of mine, and Barbara's, is Dave Evans, formerly, of course, of AC/DC, founder and first lead singer. Today, he's out there doing it with Rabbit, and believe me, Rabbit is coming along really, really well. Looking forward to the new album too, I really, really am. Now, Dave, I've got to ask.
By the way, Grant, this year's 50th anniversary of Rabbit.
Now, we were doing the 50th...
This year, yeah. We started Rabbit in 1975. This is after AC/DC. And so this year is actually the 50th anniversary of Rabbit, and we've got a new album.
So, Dave, when I met up with you, about 13 months ago, we were doing the 50-year anniversary of AC/DC. Now you're doing
right.
the 50-year of Rabbit. Do you ever age? Or are you just stuck at 50?
I don't want to. I
fully understand that. I really do. Maybe though, you're like me. You see, I'm half American Indian and half Scottish. So,
oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, you can take me to the pub. I'll drink the fire water, but I won't pay for it because that's the Scots part of me coming out, right? That's why I continuously ask all my friends, "You going to buy another round?" I think that's a good segue, Dave. Tell me all about buy another round.
Cool. Yeah, I love that song. It's what it is, and it's what Rabbit's a party band. and we always have been. The crowds just love it when we play. There's nobody could match us ever. The whole band is just full of energy and happy times and let's rock, and that's what Rabbit's about. You know, I love the band still, of course. You know.
Well, I'm telling you, I'm going to have a chat to Jay very, very shortly. I've got a meeting with him and a few others. I'm going to ask him if we can do something in India with not only yourself but Rabbit as well. Let's get some partying going on over there, because believe me,
I love to party.
Look, believe me, they are thirsty for this kind of entertainment over there, and you know this, you know. So I think, you know, maybe maybe.
Great people. Great people.
If I get a hold of Jay, and believe me, I am talking to him over the next few days, I think I might plant a seed. What do you reckon? Yeah. Short Adam.
Well, you know, they're our special friends too, you know, as well. They're wonderful people. I miss them very much, you know, same as you guys.
Yeah, believe me, we had an absolute ball there. We really, really did. And of course, the ice cream on the top with the cherry was having Dave with us as well.
Thank you.
Short Adams is watching right now. Nick Plews is joining us, and Sue Baker. Hello, Sue. Nice to have you back, and Happy New Year to each and every one of you. In the meantime, I think we should buy another round. Here's Dave Evans and Rabbit. Buy another round on Galaxy.
Yeah, that's right.
Gosh, it's hot in here. It's 27.4 degrees, Dave, but add another 10, 15 degrees for all the computers in here and it's melting.
Yeah, no, it's great to be back on the program. It's great to see you and talk to you guys again. You know, as I say, we had the most special time in India. We'll never forget it. And the great friends that we met over there. The food, I couldn't believe it, brother. You know, it's not what you get in a restaurant here, like an Indian restaurant. It was nothing like it. It was unbelievable food.
You know, Dave, I was actually going through some photos the other day of that particular show and everything that we were doing, and I came across the photo of you, plus, of course, Melody Uganda and the boys on the other side of the table there, just hoeing down, and I'm laughing my head off. Of course, the Member of Parliament was sitting on one side as well, so, you know, just the look of that photo was brilliant. It really, really was.
I know, I miss those boys too, from Uganda. They were great boys too. They were really fantastic. You know, we all had such an amazing time together. Couldn't describe it to anybody.
No.
You had to be there.
You had to be there. It really was a lot of fun. It really was. David, Jesse and Denzel Krantz is watching. David, I think I've got that right, David. David Krantz. Sorry if I haven't, but I don't mean to stuff it up. I really don't. Ah, gosh. I've got sweat rolling in my eyes. I do. It's so hot in here. Dave, a couple of years ago, my bosses came to me and says, "It's going to get hot in here. Do you want a fan?" And I went, "Oh, hell yeah." They went, "What kind?" I went, "Well, something about 6'2", blonde, blue eyes, come from Sweden. She can do this all day." They got me a gold ear. The sales.
That's the best kind of fan I can think of too.
Well, the sales pitch was it oscillates. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and today we're talking to Dave Evans, of course, from Rabbit, and releasing a brand new album very, very shortly, which is really tantalising my taste buds. It really is. I kind of love this kind of music, I really do, and Dave is a very, very good friend and also a hero of mine, I've got to be honest, really is. Having said that, my friend, I've been asked, as a fan, how do we get hold of you, Dave? Are you on Facebook? Are you on X? Are you a talker? But more importantly, do you respond?
Yeah, I've got Facebook. I'm on, of course, and I've got my own personal one. But I've got record labels that have got, social media out for me. I can't do everything, and I'm very grateful actually that they, they're on X, what it's called these days, and all the other ones. But I've got the one that you use with me, my Facebook that you use. That's me, my personal one, and I do answer everybody, as you know. And it's great to keep in touch with the fans, but also, of course, I do business. Business on Messenger. I use Messenger for just about everything, and of course email for files and that kind of thing. But I do talk to everybody. It's really me, the one that you're using.
Well, to be honest with you, Dave, I actually had people do that for me because I never seem to have the time. I've got to be honest. It really... Yeah, in fact, it's Barbara. So,
Barbara does.
Yes.
I speak to Barbara.
Yeah, believe me, I know. I know. She's told me, literally. But I got to be honest with you, Dave, I think you're her fave. Just quietly, believe me, I have never seen her treat any of the other artists around the world the way she treats you. She really, really loves you and your music. So,
we had a fantastic time. Barbara's, you're both close friends of mine, and Barbara's such a gorgeous-looking woman. Anyway, you know that. So.
Well, you can call her gorgeous. Me, I'll just call her my co-partner on the radio. Well, that way I don't get in trouble with her husband. Jimmy Piano.
That's exactly right.
Well, he's closer to me than he is to you, let's put it that way.
That's true.
He can get me out a lot quicker. Jimmy Piano is joining us as well. Nice to have you on board, Jimmy. It really, really is. And I've got to ask you, I know that you've got a new album coming out, which is really, really, really exciting me, but are you going back on tour anytime soon?
Yeah, beginning of February, I'm heading back to Mexico. I've got shows there. I've got three different promoters who have booked me there. The Icons of Classic Rock extravaganza concerts again, of course, with my friends, the other stars. They're in the show, and then also I'm going to Brazil in April. I've got another tour this year already. Back in amazing, incredible Brazil. Wow, what a place that is. Completely different to India, of course, but it's a magic country. So I'm excited about going back to Brazil. And then I should be going to Europe. I'm talking to my promoter over there now, and he wants me back in Europe, which I love Europe, of course. So at the moment, I'm not looking too far ahead. But Mexico coming up and Brazil.
Now, Dave, I've got to ask you, when you're in Brazil, excuse me, have you ever gone into a bar and they have little bowls of nuts on the bar?
No, I don't really go into the bars because I'm on stage, of course, as you know, in the big concerts and smaller places too. I don't mind doing the clubs. I actually like them, but I'm not in with the audience. But a funny story, when in the USA, they have nuts on the table too, peanuts, with their shells, yeah? The first time I went in there, I was with some Americans, and they broke the shells and threw them on the floor. And I sort of went, what? And I just kept putting it, and said, no, Dave, you throw the shells on the floor. I thought, this is crazy. So anyway, we're at the table, and there's a whole pile of these shells. I felt bad. And then one of the people that worked there came out with this big broom, because the floor was shiny wood, and just swept them up and off they went. I went, wow. And so it was a joy. to eat the peanuts, just throw them on the floor. It's a great experience.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm going to have to try that one to be honest, but I don't think I'd get away with it in too many
Yeah,
bars.
but don't try it on carpet, okay?
Well, the thing is, you
Just
see,
make sure it's a shiny wood floor.
Exactly.
Or linoleum or something like that.
exactly, you don't want to be crushing it into the carpet. But having said that, I found myself once in Brazil in a pub, and they had these nuts there, and I just looked at this bowl of peanuts, well, you know, and I says, oh, look, Brazil nuts. And the lady behind the bar says, no, they're just nuts.
Well, Brazil nuts. There's a special nut. Yeah, exactly. Brazil nuts.
You know, hey, Brazil nuts.
That's true.
No, they're just nuts, really. Oh, my gosh. Got to say hi to Terry Lynn. Hello, Terry. Nice to have you on board. Paul Harkins is joining us. Hello, brother. Of course, coming out of Leicestershire in the UK. Raymond Shaw's with us. And Sammy Soabia. Hello, Sammy. Nice to meet you. I'm looking forward to meeting up with you and talking to you about your music in the near future as well. Steve Caldwell's joining us, and Don Carlos Pasmore Jr. Hello, Don. How are you, brother man? Looking forward to catching up with you again in the near future as well as the DSW. And believe me, we'd love to catch up. By the way, Happy New Year to each and every one of you. Now, I've got to wrap it up here, Dave. Unfortunately, I'd love to be able to catch up with a little bit more, but unfortunately, we do have to move on. It's coming up to about lunchtime.
Yes.
And the new crew are getting ready to take over. So, but don't go anywhere, because we're going to take some photos, have a little chat, talk about India if you wish, you know, and, well, I would love you to come back again. So I know that there's a new rabbit track out. I saw something on Facebook just a wee while ago as well. So I'm looking forward to that coming through. Maybe you'll come back and have a chat.
Yeah, don't forget, I've given you a scoop. The album is going to be called Defenders of Rock Rabbit.
Absolutely. And I'm looking forward to not only having a copy, but talking about each and every track as they come through. So
Fantastic. That'll happen.
Nice. Thanks for joining us, Dave, and Happy New Year, brother man. From
Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year, Barbara.
Anyway,
To your listeners too.
don't go anywhere, Dave. But in the meantime, folks, thanks for joining us, and why not join myself and Barbara tomorrow morning between 5:30 in the morning on The Breakfast Show till 10 o'clock. And believe me, we are absolutely 110% playing the world's best indie artists. Believe me, it really happens. So, from me, happy radio, everyone.